Hello and welcome to 5 Minute Travel Tips with Veena World. I'm Neil Patil. Let's picture a scenario today. You read amazing articles and fantastic things about, let's say, a museum, and you put that museum as part of your travel plan as one of the best things you will do on your vacation. You get your travel buddies excited about this too. But when you actually get there, what do you see? Just a few old paintings and some broken replicas of certain things. What an absolute disappointment that can be, right? Well, I don't want to dampen your mood at the beginning of this episode, so let's jump right into this episode where we talk about how to research tourist spots before your vacation. While researching, you never know what you will stumble upon and what secret places you will find. So on this episode of 5 Minute Travel Tips, I will take you through some minute things that can help you avoid disappointments and enable you to explore a place better. Let's start. Number 1. It's always good to look through trusted websites to know what a place has to offer. More importantly, look at the date when the article or blog was published. Things depreciate over time, things close down over time, and you don't want to go to a place that is not as magnificent as it was advertised on the internet, right? Look for recent blogs and reviews that talk about a place, and as I always say, look at the images in the reviews and read what other people have written about that place. Ultimately, ask yourself, is it worth it? Moving on then, number 2. I would like to share something that happened when I was recently in Udaipur. I read about this amazing fort which spanned acres of land and was made out of this great white marble. But when we actually went to the place and asked around as to when and how we could visit the fort, the locals told us that the place is just rubble and has nothing else to offer. We were utterly disappointed because the images on Google were pretty, maybe they were photoshopped a bit and offered a good, beautiful fort to explore. That's when I realized the importance of good and thorough research. Number 3, you can start by reading blogs or listening to podcasts such as ours by travel bloggers as they work towards providing accurate information and document their travels perfectly. Look for some trustworthy and engaging people who write clearly and precisely about all of the places they went to and what all they did to ensure that you have a safe and happy vacation. To know if their information is correct or not, you can read a blog they wrote about a place you've already been to, or also about your hometown if they have been there. This is a very helpful way of finding out the authenticity and the honesty of a website or blog, because many blogs are often sponsored and you don't want to go to a place that has been sponsored. You want to go to the secret gems, you want to go to the beautiful places, right? Moving on then, number 4. You can also watch documentaries, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Discovery Channel and other OTT platforms that can take you there digitally. You might think that it will spoil the place for you when you actually visit, but in my opinion, it will be more helpful than disruptive. It can give you a glimpse of what you experience and what you are going to really see when you get to that place. Then there is also social media. Use platforms such as Quora, Reddit and Twitter to ask people and travel bloggers about their experience in a particular place. You can ask specific questions you need answers to, and even local people living there can share their answers with you, which will be super helpful when you're on your vacation. Moving on to the next point then. If you know the local language, you can read local newspapers and watch local news to find out the current happenings in the place. This will help you discover any festivals, fairs, events or functions that are happening when you are at that place during your vacation. This way, you can make sure that you have a holistic travel experience without missing out on anything good. The worst thing that can happen is that you come back from a vacation and someone tells you that, hey, did you visit this that was going on in that place? And you're like, oh my god, I did not. And the chances are that you'll probably not go back to this place again. So that is why it is always good to know what's happening in a particular place before you visit it. I understand how extensive research or studying a particular place can be before your vacation, but trust me, it is always better than getting lost in a completely new place where you know nothing and you know no one. So rather than being disappointed after the holiday, it is always better to research before and know the place. So at least you know what to expect and can be prepared for the best of situations or the worst of situations. And at Veena World, we always say that if you don't want to go through this hassle, we are here. You can visit veenaworld.com and browse through a lot of the amazing itineraries that we have prepared for you, because that is what we do. We celebrate life on tour with you. So this was today's episode of 5 Minute Travel Tips with Neil Patil from Veena World. Research about the place that you're going to, because if you don't, there are chances that you will really like something, but you will also end up wasting time going to some places. Thank you for listening. I will see you next Monday.